suspended in the air, so digging a tunnel to escape is completely impossible. The interior is fully enclosed, without a ray of sunlight penetrating in. The number of guards far exceeds the inmates, and they are fully equipped and wear masks to avoid private communication with prisoners. There are hundreds of surveillance devices, as well as circular surveillance cameras that can rotate at any time to monitor anyone they want. As a prison escape expert, Mike can tell at a glance, this place is almost impossible to escape from. He can't help but find the warden and complain, believing that this mission is too extreme. He decides to abandon the task and immediately says the exit code, "I love KFC." However, the warden pretends not to hear and instead locks him up separately. It turns out this warden had long been in cahoots with someone who hates Mike and wants to trap him in this prison forever. But Mike won't easily admit defeat. Even if hope is slim, he still wants to find a way to escape. But to do this, he needs a partner. Just as he's about to speak, a man named John actively approaches him and asks if he needs help. Mike doesn't hesitate to say that he wants to go to solitary confinement because in the past few days he has already seen clearly that there's no way to start from the regular cells. So the two cooperate in a fight, and Mike is sent to solitary as he wished. But unexpectedly, the solitary cell here is too terrifying. A dozen high-power sun lamps are all on, and the high temperature is so hot that it's almost unbearable. Mike endures the extreme pain and carefully observes the structure of the room. When he comes out, he's already exhausted. John asks him if he found anything, and Mike doesn't directly answer. He only says, "If you can get me a piece of metal, I can take you out of here." John immediately decides to go all out. He runs to the warden and lies that he has important information, but takes the opportunity to humiliate him. The warden flies into a rage and orders the guards to punish him with waterboarding. John nearly drowns to death, but in the end, he successfully snatches the drain cover that only the interrogation room has. After completing the task, he hands the cover to Mike. Seeing his determination, Mike confesses that he's an expert at breaking out of prison and tells him the secrets of the prison structure he has observed. It turns out that the buildings of this prison are almost entirely vertically arranged, meaning it's likely built underground. He also discovered the sound of water coming from below the solitary cell and guessed that it's a drainage pipe, which very likely conceals a passageway. Next, the plan is to return to solitary and take action. John is responsible for stirring up trouble, while Mike tightly grips a piece of bread. Sure enough, a fight attracts the guards, and everyone is locked in the bright solitary cell. As soon as they enter, Mike takes out the drain cover John gave him and uses the reflected light to shine on the rivets. Wait a minute, how can it reflect light? It turns out he had previously polished the cover with toothpaste. A few minutes later, the 100-degree heat causes the steel rivets to expand by 0.03 cubic centimeters, and the rivets suddenly pop out. Mike quickly removes it, then repeats the same operation on the other 3 rivets. When he's done, he stuffs the bread into his mouth while signaling John, who starts shouting. The warden is indeed attracted, and Mike immediately gets up, sticking the chewed bread on the camera to block its view. He then lifts the floorboard and crawls down. He reaches the underground space and climbs up along the drainage pipe. When he reaches the top and opens the cover, he's surprised to find that this is not the imagined underground, but a boundless sea. He's on the deck of a giant cruise ship, surrounded by guards. Jumping into the sea is almost impossible. He can only go back. Although he knows the location, he can't think of a way to escape. Worse, the warden discovers the rivets and realizes Mike's escape attempt.